All right, coming back for part 2. This is the ENT podcast, special episode with Adrian Dater and Christopher Spaulding, 2 guys that know a lot about sports. Look to part 1. It's very interesting. I recommend it before listening to this. Talks about their background, just a bunch of stories that you're going to want to listen to. John Elway's involved, Larry Bird's involved, a number of hockey legends. It's a great listen. You should listen to it before listening to this. But what this is current football. We're going to make playoff picks, tell you something you need to know about each game, who's going to win each game and why. And to start off, we're going to go Cowboys at Rams. I'm going to ask you two what you think, then I'll tell you what I think. Starting off with the Cowboys fan, what do you think, Dal?
My pick is the Rams are going to win 31-0.
No attempt
I
at
like
a
the
jinx
pick.
at all
I
here.
like the pick.
31-0.
No attempt at a jinx.
The Cowboys are going to go there. They're going to lay an egg the size of Jerry Jones' new yacht, and that's it.
That's your okay. Why do you think that? Do you think the Rams are just better at everything?
I really don't. Actually, Dallas.
Don't hedge now.
No, Dallas.
Stay with it.
Dallas can win this game because the Rams don't really have any playoff experience. And late in the season, they haven't played very good defense. They've been a little inconsistent. And I think Dallas, if Dak just stays in his lane, hits some open guys once in a while, I think Zeke is the key. Keep the ball on the ground, keep the ball away from the Rams offense, establish a running game, and just make stuff happen on defense. And Dallas has a good defense. So Dallas is actually going to win this game 17-16.
You think they do? They
Now
pull
you think they're
what
going
they
to
do?
win?
Yeah, in all seriousness, they're going to win 17-16.
You think they do what they did against the Saints, just shut down a high-powered offense?
Yeah, I think they're going to be
reverse.
Their defense has really shown that they're on par with just pretty much any defense in the league. And the Rams haven't proven it to me that they can win a really big game. You saw how the Saints blew their doors off, right?
Oh yeah, it wasn't close.
Yeah, so the Cowboys are going to win 17-16.
Dallas wins 24-23. They're going to go in there and beat the Rams. Team that's not quite ready.
Not ready for
I don't
time.
usually care about previous games and the history and all that. Teams, San Francisco 49ers went into the game against Dallas in 1980 with everybody saying they've never won a big game before. Who is Joe Montana? That's how things start. You can win those games.
That's the example you choose?
But yes, because we all said that. Well, the history shows that they can't win these games. History shows the Rams can't win big games either. But that said, I still think Dallas wins because I think they're the better football club right now.
Does Zeke
They're playing
play
better
early?
game. They have a better, quicker defense. The Rams think it's going to be easy offensively, but it's not. Dallas has a very fast, hard-hitting defense.
The thing about their linebackers
That's what's going to make
is
the
they're
difference.
so good horizontally that it's going to be very hard for Sean McVay to do things like end-arounds that he loves to do.
Right.
He started that phase. Everyone's doing end-arounds now. His game and offense, it's so horizontal now in the NFL. It's all about speed. The fact that the Dallas Cowboys have Jalen Smith and Leighton Vander Esch so fast, it's like a missing piece to every defense that they have. It's incredible that they can do that.
And
I think
there's
it's
the
a
Gordon
long
factor.
way. Yeah, that's true. I think the bad things about Dallas is they're too predictable on the outside. They're asking their wide receivers just to win one-on-ones. There's no tricky play design, really. It's just down to the skill. And I think you can't win every game like that. I think you need to have some good offensive coaching, which I think Dallas Cowboys lack. What they're good at is leaning on Zeke, using Dak leaning on Zeke, using Dak in the red zone as a running threat. That helps them. If they don't lean too much on Dak, I agree with you, they can win the game. I'm going to pick the Rams, and it's going to be close. I don't feel great picking the Rams. I just think they're a better team overall, but kind of barely.
What's your score?
My score, I think it's going to be close. I think it's going to be a 24-18, 24, weird sort of score game. Maybe there's a safety in there somewhere.
Right.
I think if Dallas can stop the run enough to where the Rams can't lean on their play action, because what the Rams love to do on offense is run the ball not a ton, but really effectively, and use that to set up the play action. And they love the play action. It makes it easier for Jared Goff, who's struggled a lot later in the season. If they can stop them from being very successful with that, make them do 3rd and 7, take the play action completely out of it, I don't know if the Rams are going to be able to win just on Jared Goff's arm if that's what happens.
I think the Dallas D's got some stuff for young Goff.
Yeah, and another thing is I think the Rams have better coaching, but I think it's closer than what people think.
I would agree.
I think Dallas on defense might be better coached. I know Wade Phillips is really good, But Dallas has done some crazy stuff. He's also a fossil. He also doesn't like to change up what he does, so he tends to do really good earlier in the season and then sort of fail in the playoffs and in the later game, which we've seen happen. Another thing to look at is the Rams' defensive line. While they are incredibly talented, if you look at them, they're sort of reckless. They're not very disciplined. They're going for the pass rush every time.
It's true. Which
is going to be tough for them to do. That falls right into the Cowboys' hands because what the Cowboys want to do is run and pretty much never pass other than play action. And if they're going up against an incredibly talented defensive line as they are, but they're just undisciplined and they're going to make the Rams do things they're not used to doing and that they don't do well, I think that's a recipe for Dallas to win. Just holding the ball, running it, making the Rams defense do things they're not comfortable doing, exploiting their weaknesses. If they come in with a smart game plan like that, I think Dallas can win.
So you're picking the Rams, but you think you wouldn't be shocked if Dallas won?
Like Dallas, I think they know how to win.
Right.
It's whether or not they can execute. And I'm just not sure I can trust them to execute because they are 0-5 in the divisional round since they won the Super Bowl. That's tough to get over. That's a hump they need to overcome. But I think, what I've said, they do have a shot to win. I think it's very close.
Fair enough.
So moving on to a game I hope isn't close and that I do not think is close is the Saints versus the Eagles. What do you think about that?
The Eagles are going to win.
You think the Eagles are going to win?
I really think that when would Dallas went in and kick New Orleans' butt?
I wouldn't call it kicking New Orleans' butt because it was a 3-point game about the whole game and their offense did nothing.
Chris is wrong on this one.
No, I really I'm riding the Nick Foles train. I think the Eagles are going to. The Eagles are crazy lucky lately in the playoffs. They're going to find a way to beat the Saints. Something like 27-26. Foles is going to. I'm telling you,
it was 48-7. And they had a better quarterback last time.
I'm telling you, the Eagles are going to win this game.
No, it's all over for the Eagles. They've been super lucky to get this far, and it runs out this Sunday or Saturday, whenever they're playing.
27
The Eagles converted 46% of their third downs.
They're done. They're not going to win
Bears.
This game. The Eagles are done. It's been a nice ride. They were defending champs for a while. They got a lucky playoff win. It's over against. I think it's going to be like 38-14. New Orleans.
So you think a blowout?
Yeah, for sure. I'll bet a lot on this. I'll bet the spread, whatever. Saints are going to go in and just march against the Eagles.
In my opinion, I think the Saints have a better offensive coaching. I think the Saints are better. I think they have a better offensive line.
Eagles are done.
I think they have better wide receivers. I think they have a better quarterback. I think they're better defensively coached.
I would agree.
I think the Eagles have a better defensive line. They're about the same on linebackers, and the Saints have better DBs, mostly just because the Eagles are injured.
All the pressure is on the Saints. They're at home. They're huge.
They're 5-0 at home.
It wasn't the playoffs.
Eagles are done. They got so lucky to get this far.
In the playoffs, they're 5-0 at home with.
They're emotionally spent. They know they've gotten lucky to get this far. It's over.
I think the Saints are
going to light up the Eagles like Fidel Castro used to light up a good Havana Cuban cigar. I mean, it's that simple.
I think the Saints look at last year and they're pissed. They think they should have won the Super Bowl last year because I think they were better than the Eagles last year. They lost in this game to go to the championship game on a terrible play for them. It was a miracle play, but it was awful for them. I think they're going into this game and saying there will be no doubt who's the winner. Yeah. We will play better, and the score will show it. Right. I think they win by 3 scores, and I'm a little scared to say it because Nick Foles scares me. No. But this Saints team is something else, in my opinion. I think they're phenomenal.
Yeah, I think Nick Foles is some kind of wizard or something. I think he's going to find a way.
I mean, it's weird that he's been so good.
Luck runs out eventually.
Yeah. I think he played his college ball at Hogwarts because he's magic in the playoffs.
Yeah, but I'm going to be the cooler against them, too. I'm going to watch this game with interest. I'm going to personally jinx the Eagles, too.
I like it. I appreciate that.
By really sort of doing my thing that I do when a team that I want to lose. So I'm going to pull little levers that even I can't discuss. And I'll get that Eagles loss because I'm sick of the Eagles. I'm sick of their lucky wins. I'm sick of their.
I just think they're gonna win.
Just complete horses.
That's the thing about sports. Sometimes you can just have a feeling.
Yeah. So it's all over this Sunday for the Philadelphia Eagles.
All right.
So long, Philly. Go back to Philly. Eat your cheesesteaks. Your tasty cake.
Have that weird accent.
Runs over. Get your little water. A glass of water.
Your soup.
Go get some soup. Yep.
Move on to the AFC.
Have fun. You got a lucky Super Bowl win.
Lucky.
Good Only one you'll ever get. It's all over.
We're going to move on to the Colts at the Chiefs. A high-powered couple of offenses going into each other. What do you think?
Scary game.
I legit think the Chiefs are going to win. I think they're going to win 38-35.
Yeah, they're going to win.
It's going to be like, there's not going to be any defense in this game.
No.
No, 38-35 Chiefs. I would not be shocked if the Colts win, but I'm picking the Chiefs 38-35.
Chiefs are going to win.
So
34-23.
the way I look at this is what team can work with the other team's weaknesses better, and I see the Colts being able to do that with Marlon Mack. The Chiefs are great rushing the passer, but if they don't get passing downs, they're not going to be able to do that. With Marlon Mack, the way he's been playing, I think they can control the clock. I think Andrew Luck's a top 3, top 5 quarterback this season.
Now that he's healthy.
He's been phenomenal. Although Patrick Mahomes is probably the best quarterback of the year, I haven't seen Andy Reid do it in the playoffs my whole life. I've never seen him do it. I know he was okay with the Eagles in the playoffs, but he's been terrible with the Chiefs.
Whipped by the Pats.
Whipped by the Pats.
Well, not whipped. They
it
lost
wasn't a
by
whip.
3 points.
Still, the Patriots had the whole game.
Yeah.
Yeah, right until they needed a field goal. I mean, it's going to be really close, but the offensive line of the Colts have allowed 18 sacks the whole year, the best in the league.
So what do you think what's your score?
Colts are a bad
I
team,
think
though.
the Colts are going to be able to win, and it's sort of reminiscent of when the Colts were getting dominated by the Chiefs until halftime, and then there was that crazy second half. Andrew Luck caught a fumble and ran in for a touchdown.
Right.
I called that win at halftime. I told you.
Good call.
I told you the Colts were going to win. I think the Colts are going to win again in Arrowhead.
So 2 people picking Colts. You're going Rams?
No, the
You can't go Rams in this game.
The Chiefs are going to beat the Colts. Okay. Colts are not a great road team. They pulled out
Chiefs
a nice road victory.
I'll give you my key
that
to
was
the
against
game.
the choking Houston Texans. They're forever chokers.
What's your key to the
This
game?
is a key and something you need to look at. On the season, the Chiefs have allowed 10 reception touchdowns to tight ends in the red zone. In this season. That's tied for the most in the NFL. You know what Erik Ebron's done for the Colts?
What?
He's had 11 touchdowns.
Yeah, but a lot of those games were blowouts that the team scored late on.
All 11 of Erik Ebron's red zone receptions are touchdowns. All 11.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, but
and he's going in against the worst defense against tight ends in the league.
That's a good
the
point.
Chiefs win.
But the Chiefs know this.
It's going to be
But the Chiefs have known it the whole year, and they've been terrible on defense. It's not like they didn't know they were bad.
I just think they can score more points than the Colts.
They're going to score more points.
I think Mahomes is going to do something crazy.
I think
he's going to throw for like 5 touchdowns.
When these teams, you know what Pat Mahomes is? 10-0 against teams that aren't in the postseason. 2-4 against teams that are in the playoffs.
Small sample size.
I know because he's only played for one season, so I'm kind of working with what I got.
Yeah.
But I've never seen him come up clutch and win a game when he needs to. I haven't seen it yet.
Yeah, but
and now it's the playoffs.
Well, really, you have to win every game, don't you?
I know you have to win every game.
Is it every game? Like in a 14-game season, is it every game?
All I'm saying is, how come every primetime game where it's a big game, he loses a close one?
But he's only
I just don't think it's good enough. I don't think it's enough. There's not enough.
I'm not saying it's his thing, and it's not like a Tony Romo in the playoffs thing.
No.
It's a
Tony
first-year
Romo
thing.
is very underappreciated.
He has the best stats out of any Dallas quarterback of all time.
Tony Romo was a great quarterback.
If you're looking at just the stats, Tony Romo is the best Dallas quarterback to ever play. Of course, that's not the truth, but if you just look at the stats, he's the best quarterback to ever play.
He's also the best color announcer.
He's my favorite right now.
He's very good.
All I have to say is I just think the Colts are going to be able to play their game. I think the coaching...
No.
I know Andy Reid's way more experienced, but in the playoffs he turns into like a different animal.
No.
I have no faith in him.
Chiefs win 34-23.
That's gonna look really good when
we agree on the Chiefs.
What?
We agree on the Chiefs winning.
What?
We agree on the Chiefs winning.
Yeah, Chiefs win. Yeah, Chiefs win.
It'll be interesting when I'm right.
It will be.
All right, moving on. The final game: Chargers at Patriots. This is a scary one for me, being a Patriots fan. The Chargers probably top to bottom have the best, most talented roster in the league.
I disagree with that.
Well, who do you think has the most? I mean,
the Patriots.
You think they have the most talented roster in the league?
Of course they do. They've got Gronk, Elvin, and Brady.
All right,
all three
of them are way. Two of them are way past their prime. Brady's still top.
Philip Rivers isn't a little past his prime.
I think
he's like 100 years old too.
I think he's at the height of his powers right now.
I mean, this is one of the best
really
seasons he's ever
well.
had.
Have you seen him play this year?
They're the 8th. Okay, a good thing for the Patriots is the Chargers are the 8th team since 2002. That's when they changed the divisional.
There's no way the
playoff
Patriots
structure.
are going to lose to the San Diego Chargers coming into this game. None.
The Chargers are the 8th team since 2002 to win 12 plus games and not win the division. Only one of those 7 previous teams made the championship game. That's how much home wins mean. Home field advantage. That's how much it means.
So who's making first pick?
You.
All right. The Patriots are going to win 27-14. The Chargers aren't going to come into a cold, wet,
It's going to be snowy.
highly pressurized game with Bill Belichick on the other side and Tom Brady.
It'll be under freezing the whole time.
They're gonna shrivel right up. They're done. The Chargers don't have the cojones to beat the Patriots in Foxborough on a cold day.
There is something about Philip Rivers this year that I will grant you that has been a little bit special, and I am a little worried about him becoming this sentimental national story.
I would hate that so much.
Yet, Patriots 41, Chargers 21.
I think it's a
San Diego
blowout.
goes back. And I know they play in LA, but I still call them San Diego.
They're not going to travel 3,000 miles in the cold and snow
Chargers.
and beat the Patriots in Foxborough.
I'm going to give everyone 4 reasons why the Patriots are going to win. The Chargers are 1-11 on the road versus New England since 1973, including the playoffs. In the Brady-Belichick era, the Pats are 12-2 in the divisional round. The 3 remaining AFC QBs not named Brady are 0-14 in their careers all time against them, including the playoffs. And Bill Belichick is 6-1 against coaches in their first postseason game, or their first postseason. The only time he ever lost was in the Super Bowl against Doug Peterson. And
just fluky luck.
The Chargers head coach is not Doug Peterson. He's not. He's a
good coach.
He was blessed with the best roster in the league, and all he's had to do was sort of,
But he seems they believe in him though. Like they definitely believe in him. You can tell.
The only thing that makes me worse is the Patriots. Do you have this feeling of the chemistry hasn't quite been there all year?
Well, I feel like
Brady and Belichick seem like they got this little minor feud still going a little bit.
They're going to play like they did when they beat Kansas City. They're playing really well.
I think
they're not united anymore. They don't have that 1 through 53 attitude.
I think they do.
Seems like Brady's been a little more on his own island this year. The whole TB12 thing, and he's got his guru there giving him, massages and stuff.
I mean, this was the narrative last year, and they went to the Super Bowl.
Right,
They did. I know.
Yeah, the Chargers are not going to travel 4,000 miles and play in the cold and beat the Patriots in Foxborough in a playoff game. No way.
I mean,
no.
Philip Rivers is 0. The only time he's ever.
I have to see that.
The only time Philip Rivers has ever beaten the Patriots.
The Patriots dynasty is done if they lose this game.
Oh yeah, it's done if they lose.
They're not that great, the Patriots, but they're going to beat the Chargers.
Sometimes playing football is about being there before, knowing how to win. Bill Belichick knows how to.
The whole thing for me is they're going to have to go into Kansas City and eke out a win. I don't know how.
I think they're not going to. I think they're going to be at home the whole playoffs.
I think so too.
I mean, I would love that.
I
would love that.
Yeah.
They got the Colts at home.
I'm
book our trip to.
Well, the Colts are good.
Year? No, they're not going to go in and beat the Patriots.
The Colts are a team. The Colts are a team people talked about in 2019. No one thought the Colts would be good this year. This is a team that's supposed to be good next year.
3 generations of Colts quarterbacks. They're still.
We even gave them a quarterback for 1 year. We gave them Jacoby Brissett for 1 year.
Who was out? Who was terrific? Yeah. So
Tom Brady.
Patriots are going to win.
A special player.
He's like an alien.
They're at home. He finds ways to win.
Yeah, they'll win.
Now, granted, I am a little nervous that this could be some shocking end of an era kind of loss. There is that possibility.
That happens eventually. It happens.
Those always happen.
Like a really shocking, weird game.
Yeah.
We're like, they all look 30 years old.
Oh my God, we should have seen this coming.
It's the end of
the Patriots did not lose at home all year.
Nope.
They lost. Let's face it, they would have had this home game for a whole goddamn playoffs if it wasn't for that miracle in Miami fluke.
Or if they didn't commit a bunch of penalties against the Steelers, or if they beat the Titans that were terrible.
What are the odds that they lose that Miami game? I mean,
they lost to
a 75-yard multilateral play.
They lost to the Jaguars, the Titans, and the Dolphins.
Put Gronk in secondary.
That was a mistake. Bradley made it in that game.
I mean, Ryan Tannehill had one knee. How was he going to throw it to the end zone? Why is Gronk in the game?
Yeah.
That was one of the stupidest things I've ever seen in my life.
So we've made our picks. Who's winning the NFC and AFC Championship? For you two, it's going to be the Eagles. And who did you pick for
Dallas
Cowboys?
You're gonna have Eagles.
Cowboys.
Wow, you have Eagles Cowboys in Dallas.
Classic. That's
what
That's a recipe.
Now, it's going to be a Patriots Cowboys final, and it's all going to come full circle. This podcast, me versus Chris.
It's just like we were kids again.
Like we were kids.
The loser has to read off a piece of paper.
This is fate, and the loser has to read a podcast memo about emasculating ourselves.
All right.
That's what's going to happen.
So who do the Cowboys beat?
I will fly out here personally to watch that Super Bowl with you.
So
we can't have a Dallas New England Super Bowl and not be it together. We have to have it.
You have Dallas.
We'll crowdsource the funding if I have to come out here. I mean, yeah.
That'd be unreal.
So you're picking Dallas.
Dallas versus New England.
Who wins the Super Bowl?
I'm not saying that. I'm not going there.
That's.
All right.
I'm not saying that. I'm just saying a Cowboys Patriots Super Bowl.
You can say it.
No.
Don't say it.
It's okay.
I think you should say it. I think you should say the Patriots.
No predictions.
Dallas.
No
I think
predictions.
You should say it. It'll feel good. It'll be like unburdening. It'll be unburdening.
Dallas.
It'll be catharsis.
Nope.
So you think?
Until then.
What do you think happens against the Cowboys and Eagles if you think they're both going to be in the NFC Championship game? Do you think?
Dallas is going to be.
Dallas smokes the Eagles.
Dallas would smoke them.
Dallas is going to be. Well, they won't smoke them. It's going to be a
Dallas
tough.
smokes the Eagles.
It's going to be a tough, low-scoring game.
How good would it feel if they smoked them, though? How good would it
That'd
feel?
be sweet. I don't care if they win 2-0.
All right.
So Dallas is going to beat the Eagles. Then Dallas is going to beat the New England Patriots in the Super Bowl.
So you're saying the Patriots go to Kansas City and beat the Chiefs?
Oh, absolutely. Patriots definitely.
Bravery.
I can't wait for the
Dallas
to lose.
The Dallas Cowboys are your next Super Bowl champions, people.
I can't wait for. I can't wait for.
Look, I fought the excitement for a year.
You just jinxed it. You don't even.
You know
that
that they're going to lose
I
to
don't
the
have a
Rams
jinx.
now.
You
I don't believe in jinxes.
You have a jinx.
I make my own luck, like Harvey did.
All right.
Whenever you get a little ahead of yourself with Dallas, I've noticed they've lost before. You did that in 1980.
Dallas is definitely
You're like,
not at all.
we got this game. We got
Oh,
it.
we should have the game.
And then they didn't.
All right. In my
So
opinion,
Dallas is going to beat the Patriots in a
I'm afraid you
top 5
just
game
jinxed.
in
I'm
the
afraid
Super
you just
Bowl.
jinxed your team.
the Saints are going to beat the Rams.
Got MVP.
The Saints are going to beat the Rams in the championship
Close.
game. Nope.
So smoke show like last time.
15 points.
Dallas.
Okay.
15 to 10 point win. Like not yet a
It's going to be in the
blowout.
dome. It's going to be loud.
It's going to be a comfortable but not a blowout win.
Such fate.
So you're
my
picking okay. So you pick
Tom
the
Brady.
And then Tom Brady against Andrew Luck. We've seen it before for the AFC Championship in Gillette.
Smoke.
We're going to rush for over 200 yards
Smoke.
in the AFC Championship game. We're going to
Wow.
rush for over 200 yards.
Broncos
That's because
are
we
back
always
to
do it. We always don't let Andrew Luck have the ball. We end up getting the league, and then Andrew Luck has to play catch up, and he throws
We smoke
interceptions.
him. We sack him.
That's what's going to
Here's
happen.
his shoulder again.
And then
I agree.
We'll
I
win.
picked the Pats to
We'll
win
win
the
like
championship.
35-21,
Gotta beat the
something like
Chargers, though. It's
that.
gonna be a tough game.
And then
I'm
the
nervous about the
Patriots
Chargers.
are going to face off the Saints in the Super Bowl.
Now the Saints are the wild card.
That's going to be the oldest matchup of all
It's a
time.
dangerous team. They
Drew
score a lot of
Brees
points.
just
It's a good
throws a
team.
lot of yards.
And Drew Brees is going to lose in Atlanta.
Oh, it's tough.
Drew Brees is going to lose in Atlanta, and everyone in Atlanta is going to love it.
Close.
Close, razor thin margins. This might even go into
All
overtime.
Patriots Super Bowls are razor thin anyway.
This might be
This
might be a
They might not
Steven
lie.
Gostkowski game
I've had a
winner.
heart attack, dude.
So they win the Super Bowl. Gronk retires.
Gronk retires.
And hopefully Brady
Gronk retires.
Gronk retires. Brady
Gronk
retires.
retires, becomes a spokesman for WWE, right? That's what he's.
That's what his career is going to
I
be.
think the Patriots retire. I think Giselle sits down and says, "Tom, you still have your brain." Why?
I think what Tom agrees to do
Tom
is
goes on to become like a guru of
Senator Tom
self-help.
Brady from
TB12.
Tom agrees to stay one more year, a couple more years.
Oh yeah, Tom's gonna play till
play.
he's like 49.
Not to play, but to mentor.
No,
I
Tom's
think-
gonna
I
keep
think-
playing. No,
or at
Tom
least
Brady's
advice.
not gonna ever be a mentor.
I'm not a mentor, but more of like an
Son of
advice giver.
mentality.
I
Tom
think
Brady has a massive ego.
I think he's
He
gonna
has
be
to
sort of
play.
an offensive
He drummed out Jimmy Garoppolo.
advice guy.
He drummed him out of town.
not a mentor to another quarterback, a mentor to like Josh McDaniels, an
Tom
offensive
Brady-
coordinator, like a
Tom Brady's
consultant.
never going to be a mentor until he's absolutely cannot play anymore. Then he might be a mentor.
When he's 50.
I'm interested to see when Tom Brady doesn't
He's
think
got
he
a
can play
massive ego.
anymore.
Let's face it. He's going to want to be the mentor to a guy because they don't take all the credit for it. Like I taught this guy how to play. See, that could be his whole.
I think he's going to do that once he doesn't think he's going to play anymore.
He's a massive ego.
So
God bless him.
you're definitely picking New England over Dallas in the Super Bowl.
No, I didn't say
I
that.
heard
I
you
have
say
made
that.
no predictions. No prediction.
I'm clearly and boldly picking
podcast-
Dallas over New England in the Super Bowl.
I'm picking New England over the Saints. So we all have different
New
things
England,
happening.
Dallas, Super Bowl. I'll make the prediction come game time.
Will you?
Yeah.
Will you tweet it? Will you put
Oh,
it up?
sure I will.
Put it on-
Absolutely.
You were there. I got the correct score of the Seahawks Patriots Super Bowl before it happened.
That's right. You did.
You did?
I did. He was
The
like,
actual
"What's the
score?
score?" No, I got the exact right score.
Exactly.
What?
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah, I was like, they're gonna win. What was it, 26-24?
He knows
That
his
remains
football.
the most shocking.
Eric knows
victory
his
to me of
football.
all
That was
time.
but going back to the first podcast when we said our favorite sports memory, I never gave mine. Mine is we're at Ben and
That
Jamie's
has to
house,
be
Right, Ben and Jamie.
me and you, and
Yeah,
we're watching.
that's
We just
Seahawks.
saw.
Me,
we
you,
just
and
saw-
Ashley.
Yeah, we just saw like Jermaine Kearse, or I think it was catch the dumbest catch of all time. Malcolm
I thought it
Butler,
was over. I couldn't believe
stormed
it.
out of the house.
like undrafted free agent Malcolm Butler has the perfect coverage.
I stormed out of the house I was at. I stormed out.
I remember thinking like
And I
Malcolm
remember getting a
Butler,
call.
he's been
Like-
playing great all game, and then he has this crazy play, and they end up catching it anyways, and only because of him they don't score. He pushes him out of bounds. It's the only reason.
I was driving back home from my friend's house, pissed off, and I remember the phone ringing, and I remember thinking, God, I hope that's my friend telling me the Patriots just somehow won the game. And that's what happened. So I drove right back.
That's what happened.
So
Erik and I listened to it out on a car radio.
No. That was no. For the Seahawks one,
Oh no,
we're at Ben and
Jamie's.
Jamie's, and we're sweating. We see Marshawn Lynch take the first and goal carry to the 1 yard line.
To the one.
All they had to do is
Dante Hightower breaks his shoulder almost trying to tackle him, plays through it.
Great play.
And then they pass?
I know.
Why did they pass?
Beast mode.
And the both of us, we leapt out of our seat and we hugged each other.
All they had to do is give it to beast mode.
Like, I didn't even know what was happening.
Game over.
That
was unreal.
If you think about it, though, it's really, and I have to agree with this, generally considered, it's got to be the greatest play in Super Bowl history.
I think so.
And absolutely the greatest
the thing is,
the most important defensive play in NFL history.
He caught the ball, but he got hit like...
I heard...
He kept getting it out of bounds.
Regulation, too, because...
The thing was, how bad this call was, is if not a lot of people know this, I heard about this.
Because he did film study, he paid attention.
The Seahawks weren't successful.
That very play.
Belichick says they're going to do this next to the goal line.
Because that's what they did. They did it like 4 times. They did that exact play around 4 times, the whole regular season and postseason.
What's another thing
and they never converted it.
Oh, really?
The Seahawks, that entire season, never scored on that play. Never. I don't know why the most important play of the game, he's like, let's roll out this play we've never been successful on.
Pete Carroll is the reason he did win a Super Bowl.
He did a great job this year.
I covered that Super Bowl for the Denver Post. Broncos versus Seahawks, one of the worst games.
That was a terrible
game. Once the snap
it was awful.
It was a terrible game.
Oh, God, it was awful. The one Super Bowl I've ever covered as a sports writer was that game. It was awful.
It's terrible.
That said, it was great to be in the Super Bowl.
Yeah. So you're thinking New England over Dallas, this Super Bowl will be more of a thrilling.
No, I'm not making any predictions.
I think it's going to be going to... I think it's going to go down as like a top 10 all-time game.
But I won't make any predictions until
New England over the Saints.
When I have a couple weeks to marinate over my decision, then I'll make it right before game time. And that will be...
Including the score?
Well, I always bet just who.
I can just score.
I don't.
Now, let me state for the record, like, I'm rooting for the Patriots whenever they're not playing Dallas.
Yeah.
It's gonna be cool because they won't be playing Dallas in the Super Bowl either. So you'll root for them then.
Can you imagine though? We've never had that in our lives, like Dallas.
New
England Super Bowl.
I'm rooting for so hard for the Saints.
We're both going to be very intense. I mean, you know how I get.
It's a big game.
You get pretty intense.
I want the Saints to get to the Super Bowl, because that's my friend Ryan's. That's my best friend's favorite team. And I would love for the Patriots to beat them. That'd be awesome.
You'd have that over him
forever, because they'll never play again. They'll never play again, probably. I would love to be like, hey, you remember that one time the Saints lost in the Super Bowl? Who'd they play? Oh, it was the Patriots? Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, I basically I'll have the Cowboys Super Bowl victory for the Patriots over you, like, forever.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll
definitely laud it over you as well. Yeah.
And when the Cowboys lose in the divisional round, I can't wait to be like,
more victories.
Hey, those Rams are pretty good.
Then it happens.
All right, yeah. So this was the shorter part 2. Hope you guys liked it. I'll be coming back next week solo, unfortunately. Thanks for listening. Have a great week.